All right, everyone. I just want to thank Florida for the warmer weather. Thank you. Really appreciate it. All of us who came from Virginia and the DC area. Thank you, Mr. Varzel, for those inspiring words. Good afternoon. I'm Laurie Brogdon, Director of Alumni Affairs. It's a privilege for me to introduce our keynote speaker, who earned an associate degree in business administration in 2011, a bachelor's degree in business administration in 2013, and an MBA in 2015, all from Strayer University. I call her the Strayer triple threat. She's awesome. She continues to use the skills she gained from her education in her current position as the Human Resources Director for the city of Douglasville, Georgia. In this role, she manages training and development for all of the city's employees. She also combines her love of human resources with her love of teaching as a part-time instructor at the University of Georgia. Today's speaker was Strayer University's Outstanding Alumni Award winner in 2018 and is here today to share her story with you. Like many of you, when she started her educational journey, she says, "It wasn't always easy. I know it was worth it, though, because of where I am now." Tampa, please join me in giving a warm welcome to our keynote speaker for Strayer University's 127th commencement ceremony, Ms. Teaa Allston-Bing.
Wow. Thank you so much, Director Brogdon. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to talk to you about the endless journey. When I was asked to deliver the commencement speech for the 2019 graduating class of Strayer University, I didn't hesitate to respond. I am absolutely honored to be here today. But let me tell you about my journey, and I'm not just talking about the road trip to Tampa. I'm talking about my personal journey. I hope to inspire someone today. My educational journey and inspiration came from my grandmother, Cleopatra Alston, who got her master's degree from Southern Illinois University in 1979 when she was 53 years old. She was a special education teacher. In fact, she had a stroke and passed away while getting ready to teach her class. She was dedicated and she was committed to everything that she did, including raising 5 children and then receiving her master's later in life. Like my grandmother, I too continued my educational journey later in life. I was a single mother of a 7-year-old son when I decided to go back to school. I knew in order to provide a good life for him, I had to transform my life through education. The Strayer campus was located in the building where I worked on the first floor, and so it was convenient for me. My then job entailed some human resources duties, and that's where my career focus began. So not only did I pursue a career in human resources, I wanted a degree with a human resources concentration to increase my chances of being successful in life. I owed that to my son. When I first started classes in 2007, I didn't know what to expect, like many of you, I'm sure, but I knew there was no turning back. It had been 13 years since I was in a classroom setting, but I could not give up. For 7 straight years, I had to juggle work, being a mother, and a study plan. And talk about multitasking, right? I was starting to feel like my house was becoming a library with all those Strayer books on the shelf. I mean, how many versions can there be for the same book when you're trying to find the right one? And I know some of you feel me on that. But that's all a part of it, right? I did what I had to do. Even when I failed stats class with an F online, guess what I did? I retook it. On campus, in a classroom setting. I had to get in the face of that professor so that I could understand that class. And I passed it with an A. Never losing sight of the purpose. I sat on those very same seats that you're sitting in 3 times. I was one of you. I know what this feels like for you today, graduates. Trust me. I counted down to the very last assignment of the very last day of the very last quarter, okay? I traveled to Charlotte, North Carolina in 2010 for my associate's commencement with honors. I traveled to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 2013 for my bachelor's commencement with honors. I traveled to Norfolk, Virginia in 2014 for my master's commencement with honors. My journey was all over the map, and I wouldn't change one thing about it. And I know some of you traveled here to Tampa for this day. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. I'm talking about the endless journey. Each time, the sky was not the limit. I was hungry for more knowledge. Had it not been for all of my Strayer degrees, I would not have progressed in my career in human resources, starting as a human resources assistant, then on to a human resources specialist, from there getting promoted to a human resources administrator, to now being the director of human resources in local government. I am the first member of my family's generation to graduate with a college degree, an advanced college degree. My little cousin says, I want to follow in Teaa's footsteps. Talk about a proud moment, very proud moment. And I would be remiss if I did not recognize my support system who encouraged me throughout my trek. As I look back, I would always hear my little son saying, "Are you okay, Mom?" When he knew I was awake until 3 a.m. working on a 10-page paper, not including citations in a title page, okay? I know you all can relate. My mentor, she took a chance on me as a young human resources employee that wanted to grow. My parents and my family, for being my biggest cheerleaders, true friends, my bosses along the way who were inspirations and never let off the gas, pushing me to be a better me. And my husband, my rock, who supports my every goal. Graduates, I know your support system was critical to your success as well, and I think they're all here. Do I hear any of them here today? Oh, okay, just checking. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought I'd be where I am today, not realizing that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Strayer students, I'm here to remind you, you took that step. Your journey is not by happenstance. Today was already written for your path. The disappointments, the failed assignments, the setbacks, they were all a part of your journey to the scroll. But there is no failure today. Here you are now ready to cross this very stage and prove to yourself that no weapon formed against you prospered. We don't know what roads we may have to take in all the mountains and the valleys and the hills of life. We don't know what all we will have to encompass to get to our destiny. And so on this journey, on this quest, there will be 3 things that will be required of you: belief, character, and courage. You are predestined for greatness. You can't see it until you get there, and you may not even have seen it until you got here today. Listen to your inner GPS. Believe that you can. You can be employed in any job that you may not always have, or you can deploy your vision. You can't get fired from your purpose, okay? Think about that. In closing, I'll leave you with the words of the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep it moving, okay? Okay, here we go. Are you ready? I want you to soak up this day, every single second of this very day, because you deserve it, okay? You are here. Strayer University graduating class of 2019, I'm here to tell you, the journey does not end today. It is just the beginning. It's your life. It's your choice. It's your footsteps. Your time is now. Journey on, my fellow alumni. Journey on. Thank you and God bless.
Wow, that was great. Thank you, Miss Allston-Bing, for being here to honor our graduates.